Smiles Television Talk Show. I'm your host, Stephanie Anthony Miles, and we're at East St. Louis Senior High School at the Gear Up reception, gaining early awareness and readiness for undergraduate programs. Our students have an opportunity to go to England, and you're going to hear all about it. Remember, Jesus Christ was born of a virgin. He was crucified and buried, and he rose on the third day. Confess with your mouth that he is Lord and believe in your heart that God has raised him from the dead, and thou shalt be saved. Tune in every Monday on Charter Cable Channel 984 and stay tuned for more smiles. Welcome back to Smiles Television Talk Show. I'm talking with the director of the Gear Up program. Hi, Teresa. How are you? Thank you for taking time to talk with
No,
us.
thank you for being here. Really appreciate it.
You know what? We're looking around, and there's some great artwork, and there's some great footage of the students here. Tell our audience a little bit about the Gear Up program and exactly what the mission might be.
Sure. So Gear Up 189 is a federally funded program, and the mission is to increase the number of people, students currently, who graduate from high school prepared to enter into and succeed in college. So the focus is on making sure that our students graduate strong so that they can get an associate's or higher degree. The federal government doesn't really have a lot of interest in, at least for Gear Up anyway, in trade schools or technical education. The focus is intense on those degrees that are going to produce associate degrees or beyond. And so what we are doing with Gear Up 189 to try to help prepare our students to accomplish this mission is to provide services and resources for them so that they can know what it takes to be successful in college. So we do tutoring and mentoring, we do college tours, we have a class that's called AVID, which helps them to be better students. It teaches them organizational skills and time management and how to take notes and critical thinking, everything that student needs to be successful. This is our second year of funding, but our first full year of programming. And so we're working with the entire classes of 2019 and 2020, so that's 800 students total. And there's a staff of 2 of us, so we really try our best to make sure that we touch every student in some way.
You know what? I'm looking around and I see the parents coming in and the students seem excited. And I think one of the main things that they may be excited about is an upcoming possibility to go to England.
Yeah, so as I said, one of the things that we do with our students is that we take them on college tours. Every month we try to expand their understanding of what college education is about. And the way that we do that is to introduce them to different kinds of colleges, 2-year college, 4-year college, research institution, different schools within colleges. And so by the time these students become seniors, a significant number of them probably will have visited over 50 colleges within the United States. And we want to make sure that they understand that education doesn't always look the same everywhere. And we also want to encourage them to think about studying abroad and living abroad and understanding what it means to be a member of a global society. So what we're trying to do is prepare them for that by having a trip to England in their senior year. And we're doing a fundraiser here. This is the kickoff. So we have 3 years before the class of 2019 graduates. And then we'll take 25 students and 25 parents to England so that they can visit Cambridge, Oxford University, and then the London School of Economics. And then, of course, we'll do tours of England. We'll do parliaments. We'll do, Big Ben. Some of the things that.
So you know Smiles wants to go with you, right?
Come on,
Okay.
Smiles.
You know, I was reading an article in a magazine called I Am East St. Louis by Charmaine Savage, and one of the things that caught my eye was your story and how you've gone and some of the trials that you've had. Tell us a little bit about your story and how that has caused you to want to work closely with the program in which you're working.
Sure. So I grew up here in East St. Louis, and I'm a product of the East St. Louis public school system. I graduated from Lincoln High School in 1988. My mother was a single mother. We were welfare dependent, and so I understand what it feels like to grow up in poverty. But she also had a strong fondness and understanding for what education is and for reading. and she encouraged us in our daily lives to make sure that we were reading something and that we were doing the best that we could in school. So I had certain expectations of me. I couldn't bring home anything lower than a B in school. And so for me, having a parent to encourage me led me to go to Washington University. And not many people from our community go to schools like WashU. And as a result of going to WashU, that opened up a number of doors for me. And I ended up getting my doctorate in higher education administration, which then led me to a pretty lucrative and prosperous career in higher education administration. I've been a dean and a vice president. I've traveled abroad. I have met ambassadors and world figures and Desmond Tutu and some, a number of different people from the work that I've done in higher education. But in 2010, I was diagnosed with cancer, and having a diagnosis kind of puts your life in perspective, and you start to think about what's your legacy and what are people going to remember you by when you leave this place. And one of the things that I thought about is that I'm doing all this work in higher education, and I had strong support when I was a student, but I don't know that the students who are currently growing up in East St. Louis have that same kind of support. So I decided, once my doctor gave me the okay, you're cured, you're cancer-free, thumbs up, that I was going to come back home and see what I could do to make sure that the students in this community understand that education truly is the great equalizer, and it can do as much for them as it has done for me.
Well, that is such a story, and I'm just glad that you were willing to share it with us. And I understand you may even need donations and additional support. So if you will, allow our Smiles Television audience to know how they can make contact with you and just how they can support.
Sure. So what the goal of the fundraiser is, we're going to be spending the next 3 years fundraising for students to go to England. And we are looking for 50 donors to be sponsors for students, either individuals or corporations. You can pay either a flat fee of $3,000 or $85 a month, or whatever you have, because we'll take whatever we can get from you. $5, $10, it all adds up. Just ask Bernie Sanders and Obama, and they will tell you that little donations make a difference. So we have pledge cards that are floating around today. We have the Gear Up 189 Facebook page where you can click on that and ask for more information about it. So just search for Gear Up 189 on Facebook. You can email us at gearup189@gmail.com, or you can call me at 618-646-3052.
Okay, and if you will, give that number one more time, because a lot of times our audience may not be ready or don't have an ink pen on hand. Go get an ink pen, write this information down, and support Gear Up with the East St. Louis School District.
Sure, and again, that number is 618-646-3052.
Thank you, Teresa. And will you please do this for us, because there are so many students who will be watching this broadcast. Give them some last words of encouragement, if you will, and just keep encouraging them on.
Sure. So what I always tell our students here in Gear Up is that you can do anything that you set your mind to, whether somebody believes in you or not. You have that power within you, and so it's up to you to make a difference in your own life before you can make a difference in the world. So keep that in mind.
Thank you so very much, and I want to thank you. And you know what? We have you on tape right here. And while I have you, I'm going to ask you, will you come back to Smiles Television Talk Show?
Absolutely. I would love to. Thank you.
So you heard that. Teresa Williams, the director of the Gear Up program. Stay tuned for more Smiles. Don't go away. I'm standing here with Marquise Taylor, and he has a child who's involved in the Gear Up program. Marquise, thank you for talking with Smiles.
No problem at all.
You know what, Marquise, I've heard some wonderful things about the program, but I want you, if you will, elaborate on why you chose to allow your child to participate in the Gear Up program.
Okay, well, one thing they did tell us when we first started, that all the kids would get credit hours going towards college. So that was one of the major things that made me say, okay, yeah, you need to be involved in this. For one thing, if she didn't get a full scholarship, okay, now we got credit hours going towards semester hours. Well, you're talking about a lot of money that's being coming back to me as opposed to giving it to a university or wherever she may end up going. But also that plus going to visit all the different schools and things, and that was a great opportunity for her. Going to visit different campuses. All the campuses are so different. They don't just take us to all HBCUs. We get to go to any type of campus. We went to one school where the Lake of the Ozarks, I believe it is, down by Branson. That school, the kids all work towards her. They have to actually work to get their credit hours. So I was like, hey, did you like that? She's like, I don't too much like that, but as long as she's getting to see different things and getting an opportunity to say, hey, I like this one, I don't like that one, that was perfect for me.
Wow, I want to thank you for talking with me, and I have you on camera. I understand you're a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity.
You know it.
Okay. Thank you again, and stay tuned. We'll be right back. Smiles Television Talk Show at the Gear Up reception, and I'm talking with Karen Wilburn. Karen, thank you for talking with me.
Not a problem.
You know, I'm put my hand out so you can shake it and tell everybody how you just love Smiles TV Talk Show.
I just love Smiles TV Talk Show.
And even more than that, tell us about the Gear Up program.
Okay, the Gear Up program is a wonderful program. My daughter actually started it when the teachers were on strike, so it's just started off as something for her to do. She actually loved it. She loves to go. She loves to visit the college campuses. She's actually excited about what she's going to do out of life. And that's what I noticed about a lot of the kids in the program. I actually started to work for the program because I love being with the kids, but being a part of the program, having a child that's a part of the program is very encouraging. It just teaches them how to grow up, how to live, how to make good choices. They're around people that are making good choices, and I think that's something that's very important at this age. Gear Up is just a great program.
You know what, and I'm just excited for the students to be able to go to England. I want to go to England, okay, but how do you feel about your child having that opportunity?
It's a wonderful thing. I have been on a lot of actually the college tours. Every day in the month, every weekend in the month of July, there is a college tour that has been planned. And everything that we do, the kids don't have to worry about, having anything. All they have to do is show up, which is a wonderful thing. And when they show up, they have a great time, they get some education, and they have a little fun along the way, which is a great thing for a teenager. So I love it. I'm sure my daughter loves it. She doesn't want to miss anything, which is also another thing, that's great when you have a teenager. Typically, they want to go hang out. They want to go, to the party with their friends. But my daughter's actually interested, like, no, we got to Gear Up event. We got to get up at 12 o'clock in the morning to get on this bus to go to a college tomorrow, things like that. So it's wonderful.
And you can't ask for any more than that. And I want to thank you. That was Karen Wilburn. And we're not finished yet. We're at the Gear Up reception at East St. Louis Senior High School. I am so grateful to be talking here with Mahogany Bonner, who's a student at with the Gear Up program, and she goes to East St. Louis Senior High School, and she has such a great support system. Mahogany, tell us what you think about the Gear Up program, and what do you think about going to England or the possibility of going?
I think it's a wonderful opportunity because people around this area, they usually don't get to leave outside the area, and going to England is really a good experience. So because you get to meet people that don't have the same culture as you, and you get to experience more. And I'm really excited about the Gear Up program because they expose you to different things so that you can be prepared when you go out into the world.
You know what, people watching this broadcast may think your mom wrote that out for you, but I know she didn't. I know you're proud of your daughter, and just share a little bit about your daughter and the hopes that you have for her with this program.
Well, I am definitely proud of my daughter in all her aspirations, and just her ability to want to push forward. She loves education. I love the program Gear Up. And that's mainly because it gives them the opportunity to further their education. It shows them how important it is to further their education. Also, taking them on various college tours. So I think it's a great program.
Thank you for sharing that. And Mr. Weston, you know what, she's looking up for some advice, and I know you have some words of wisdom that we talked about prior to the broadcast. But tell us, first of all, what you think about the Gear Up program, and then before you close out, give our audience some words of wisdom and some encouragement for others who may be interested in doing the same thing.
Okay, well, I think the Gear Up program is good. When I was younger in high school, we didn't have too many programs and such. I think there was only one Upward Bound program. So far I'm excited. She's got to go to 4 different colleges, experience what they have to offer there. She's excited about being a forensic anthropologist. And back in my day, we only wanted to, play football, basketball, those kind of things. So I'm glad that she's trying to soar high. So I like it.
You like it. And you told me something last time. You said to tell everybody to do what?
Keep on keeping on.
You know what? That's the best word yet. Keep on keeping on. In anthropology, that's excellent. Thank you all for joining us on Smiles. And I have a tendency of doing this. When we have people on camera, I like to get people to say they're going to come back. Will you come back if you get the opportunity?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And keep smiling. You look better when you smile.
Which was early in the winter, that to Kentucky State, to Wilberforce, to the University of Kansas, and any number of other colleges, as I say, in universities. And it's been an inspiring or an inspirational activity for me, especially with a 14-year-old. But it's been a good experience, and it's been a wonderful experience for him. In addition to the college tours we've done, Dr. Williams has had any number of quality speakers to come and talk with the kids about careers and other kinds of activities that would cause them to stay motivated and interested in pursuing college education. We look forward to one of the highlights now, because Lenny is graduating from Lincoln Middle School next week. He's been accepted into the Gear Up Academy, which I believe is going around 6 or 7 weeks here at the high school. And after that, as I understand it, the culminating trip for the parents and the students will be a 3 or 4 day stay in Nashville, where the students and the parents will be able to tour Tennessee State, Meharry, University of I think University of Tennessee, and there's the Tennessee Law School along that Jefferson corridor, and they will be looking forward to that. But in addition, one of the more positive factors too is that when the program for the summer ends, he will have 2 high school credits already available for him to use toward his high school diploma. The leadership of this program to me never stops. Just amazing me in terms of their willingness and caring for the students, their willingness to go the extra mile. They not only talk about it, they demonstrate who they are, what they are, and their commitment to kids and caring. I can't say enough. Any parent who maybe is kind of missing some opportunities in the district, this is one that I think is superior. It's a quality program with quality leadership that's going to produce quality students. So that's kind of what it's been for me, and I look forward to all the participation I can provide and the support I can give. Simply my goal with Lenny is simply, it's nice to have somebody to keep up with as opposed to having to keep up with somebody. So he's an inspiration, he's a good student, he comes from good stock, and he's going to make us all proud. In fact, he probably will be the next Barack Obama. Thank you.
one broadcast we really hate to end, the Gear Up reception at East St. Louis Senior High School. Gear Up will be sending students to England. Please help them out. Call them at area code 618-646-3052. That's 618-346-3052. Or feel free to send them an email at gearup189@gmail.com. That's gearup189@gmail.com. Remember to tune into Smiles every Monday night at 8 o'clock p.m. on Charter Cable Channel 984. And keep looking for us on the Demetrius Johnson Center in the St. Louis area. Remember, Jesus is the Lord, and the Lord be magnified. And keep smiling. You look better when you smile. Be the reason someone smiles today. Only what you do for Christ will last.